Baumgartner.
We're joined by Adam Baumgartner in the commentary booth, and Adam is an alum of Baja. He was at Johns Hopkins University. Is that correct?
Yeah, Johns Hopkins University, absolutely.
And so came all the way from Maryland to participate in Baja on the various Baja events, and now I understand you're out on the West Coast in San Francisco. Is that correct?
Absolutely, yeah. I live in San Francisco Bay Area and out visiting with the team that's here and competing.
Well, we're going to try to do two things here, Adam. We're going to try to watch our recovery team out here getting ready to haul 81 off, which is Gonzaga University out near your way, Washington, all the way in the state of Washington.
One of my new neighbors, definitely.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about how your experience in Baja, as we try to talk about this event. How did Baja help you as far as going into business and industry?
Absolutely. When I was a student, I graduated class of 2010. I was in a unique situation. I got to be the captain of my Baja team for 3 years. And when I was applying to jobs, specifically Honda R&D in Columbus, Ohio, they were really excited at my experience working with Baja and how that problem solving really made a big difference on my resume.
We've talked the value of this real-world experience, being able to solve problems on the fly. All of those things come into play, and that's real world.
Oh, yeah, and also, just to add, the competition has gotten a lot harder than it was, back when I was competing in 2010. So, as I was mentioning, I come back and mentor with the current team. I kind of make sure they have enough water and Gatorade. But I really need to see how the level of competition continues to rise year on year. So I'm really impressed with what the team's working on.
So we got some good aerial shots. So we had 3 cars coming side by side. One's being pulled off right now. That'll be looks like car number 15. I think you can see that's Miami University. I think you can see how. Yeah, Miami of Ohio, and I think you can see how difficult it is on some of these to read their numbers.
I'll tell you what, I really like the aerodynamic rubber duckies on number 28. Ooh.
Yeah, car number 28 would be Canada. It goes pretty quick. So
it looks a lot more dry out there.
It is. We're predicting dust before the day's out. So we go from mud to a little bit of dust. I saw a puff of dust earlier.
And actually on the course right now, that's Johns Hopkins University, number 47, coming up in that last shot.
And yesterday when I saw Johns Hopkins University, it was so easy because it was a nice blue car.
Wonderful blue.
It was a nice blue car, Blue Jay Racing.
Blue Jay Racing.
But with all the mud today, you couldn't tell. It was there.
No, and back in 2010, we used to have the water competitions.
Yeah.
They used to make the cars a lot heavier when you added the flotation. In a lot of ways, we're getting something similar to that today.
Oh yeah, and we just saw FEI out of so. Those are the orange shirt people, so we used to call them carnage workers.
And they are so passionate. I don't know if you get a chance to talk to them about Baja, they love this sport. It's their own machines, and it's pretty impressive what they're able to help out with. I'll tell you, when I was a student, I always appreciated getting the tow back when I had a problem.
Yeah.
I couldn't tow it back.
Yeah, I know they're taking them back to the hot pits and the hot pit to the paddock area, and for some, that's quite a jaunt.
It is, but one thing that's really neat about endurance is that even if you do have a failure, you're still always in the hunt for recovery. So, for those 4 hours, you kind of just get to work as hard as you can. And sometimes when I've been at Honda R&D or other spots on my engineering career, that's really this moment when the teams are working here in endurance, that stays with you.
Oh, absolutely. And I think that they've learned from that, and they learn what not to do in some cases.
Oh, I know. It's just incredible. The feeling of being out there trying to get that car working, you want it to work so bad.
I know we've had we've got a good view here of what's happening in looks like this is the hot pits area. We've got various cars in there.
Yeah, the one team trying to pick the car up with the driver in it, that was always really hard, because they're all strapped in. You don't want to redo the buckles, so you have to pick up move the car with the front. That's always a real heavy weightlifting opportunity when you're in Baja.
And you can tell they're in the hot pits area, where you see action like that, because if they're in the fueling area, you can't be in the car.
Absolutely. The fueling area has been a great change. They added that.
And that's good safety, as far as getting people out of the cars.
So where we have here with this is a frame check. So this car may have rolled, and they're just inspecting.
Right, and that's another.
Oh, look at that bump.
Yeah, that's another safety feature that they have with Baja. They should have been pulled off, but we didn't have that frame check back then.
Oh, yeah. So how is Baja for you? It's been a pretty long. They were giving me your quick bio.
Yeah.
From then to now, how much is Baja? Is it night and day?
A lot of changes, and a lot of changes for the good. There's a lot. This is the late 1990s, and
look at that overtake by number 111.
111.
University of Virginia.
Yeah. Yeah, we got another East Coast team there to joining your Blue Jays.
Yeah, out of Charlottesville, Virginia, the Wahoos.
I'm not sure who's driving that right now. We had some of the drivers.
I actually have some fond memories of friends that were on that team that I worked with at Honda R&D. So it's pretty cool seeing my my friend's team doing well.
I'll tell you, on 111 in Virginia, that's probably Nicholas because he's the only one listed.
There we go. One driver.
Yeah, so it.
Well, 20 years ago, we probably didn't have this aerial coverage of the Baja.
Oh, no. We did it. We were actually, in 2011, Okay. Well,
thanks so much.
We really appreciate Adam, who joined us, as an alum from Baja and from Johns Hopkins University, now in San Francisco. Thank you, Adam, for coming in, and we'll see you later. We're joined now by Gavin.